Good day, learners. Welcome to another lesson. Today, we're going to learn how to do an effective speech choir. The main goal or objective of this lesson is for us to use the appropriate and effective speech conventions expected of speech choir presentations. Let's begin. A speech is poetry, cadence, rhythm, imagery, sweep. A speech reminds us that words, like children, have the power to make dance the dullest beanbag of a heart. Peggy Noonan. This inspiring quote gives us an idea how to effectively produce a speech choir. We have to have cadence, rhythm, imagery, and sweep in order to capture the heart of even the dullest audience. Let's now delve deeper into the topic. Let's have a short background first. Speech choir or choral speaking has a hallowed and proud tradition. It all started when the Greeks first put on plays featuring choruses of speakers. What is a speech choir? It is a performance of a speech recited in unison with elements of choreography and costume. Speech choir operates like a music choir minus the music. It is a powerful art that is experiencing a revival. Today, speech choir is a popular teaching tool as well as a performing art in itself. The numbers of members or performers range from 12 to 100, typically divided according to their speaking or natural voice. There are three identified voices: light, medium, and dark. The piece is usually a poem or a play. Instead of singing, speech choir performs spoken word pieces. Two types of speech choir. First, conventional speech choir. It is also called traditional. It has no use of costumes, nor props, nor choreography. The choir simply speaks or reads a literary piece. Next, theatrical speech choir. It is also called dynamic, the reverse of the conventional speech choir. This means that theatrical speech choir uses costumes, props, and choreography. Elements of speech choir. Members. Speech choir is typically the same size as a singing choir, having anywhere from 12 to 100 members or more. The group is typically divided into groups based on the members' natural voices or speaking voices. Pieces. Selections are typically poems or poetic passages, such as from Greek dramas or Shakespeare's plays. The conductor gives some thought to the passage, breaking into parts. Facial expressions and intonation are also carefully planned so all the members can practice in unison. Solo parts for specific members can add dramatic effect. Choreography. Choreography of movement is not a necessary component for speech choir. Many successful competition choirs recite their pieces while standing in place with their hands at their sides, attention directed solely at the conductor. And some conductors choose to choreograph elaborate movement to accompany their pieces. Costuming. As with any other performance art, thought should be put into how the speech choir will dress. Costumes can be as simple as matching outfits or robes, such as a vocal choir would wear, or elaborate theatrical garb. Plain uniforms allow the audience to concentrate on facial expressions and allow the choir to recite several very different pieces in one performance. A themed costume for a single piece can highlight its meaning or help to differentiate between voice groups. Voice quality. The ability to combine successfully the light, medium, and dark voices in the choir. It has also the ability to communicate through voice reactions to thoughts or emotions. Number of voices. This is the ability to add or subtract whole sections, banks, smaller groups, or solo speakers to increase or diminish the power or richness of the sound to better express the meaning. Children generally have little problem with pitch because they use it naturally and freely. Power. This is the ability to use volume, force, or loudness as emphasis in appropriate places to better express feeling and meaning. A power build should be related to the elements of a sentence and growing emotion. Tempo. Tempo refers to the rate of speed at which a reading progresses. The ability to balance the rhythm of a piece and the tempo of a performance. This should relate to the central beat of the poem. Staging. This is the ability to successfully organize and position the choir on stage or risers for performance effect. Speech choir arrangements. What are the various styles to deliver your piece? Have you watched a speech choir before? Did you notice that they did not read the entire piece in unison? Some of the speech choir members have a specific line to recite. There are also instances when they took parts in reciting parts of the piece. There are also times when they repeat words or lines by turn. This is because we can actually read or recite a piece in a wide variety of ways. We call it arrangements. Number 1. Unison. It is the most common arrangement wherein everyone reads the piece at the same time. Number 2. Two-part arrangement. One group reads alternately with another group. Number 3. Soloist and chorus. One member of the group reads the word or line first to be joined by the rest of the group. Alternate lines. It is like the two-part arrangement, but groups will be taking turns in reading specific lines of the piece. Echo reading. A soloist reads a word or line and the rest of the group echoes back. Number 6. One word at a time. Each reader takes turn in reciting a word. This is suitable for short lines. Lastly, closure. A soloist reads a specific line, and then the rest of the group chime in on the last word. Other features of arrangements are increasing or decreasing tempo. You can also make the speed of reading fast or slow, depending on the message you want to convey. Increasing or decreasing volume. Just like the tempo, you can also adjust the loudness or softness of your recital. This adds drama to your overall performance. Sound effects. For sound effects, you can employ clapping, chants, and gestures. Finally, let's now go to the things we have to remember before and during the performance of a speech choir. Maintain proper breathing during the performance. You have to note where it makes sense to take a breath, so you don't interrupt the word flow but have enough breath to make it through the line. Breathing in performance links you with your whole group, calms your nerves, and gives your performance life. Make sure words are clearly pronounced. By practicing your articulation and diction, your words will be clear and vibrant. Diction is a learned skill. Articulate strongly in rehearsal and in your everyday life. Connect with your co-performers. On stage, the choir is your family. Listen to those around you. Connecting with them will eliminate any stage fright. If anything unexpected happens, the group must respond and correct together. Memorize the piece. More importantly, internalize the message of the piece. The text is your guide. It's what the audience came to see and hear you perform. Let the audience see what you're saying. Perform with the aim to be understood by your audience. The aim is not just to impress, but more importantly, to express. There you go. Hope you all the best on your performance. Thank you for listening and God bless. See you next time.